I studied nutrition and biomedicine in Germany, but my relationship with food started long before university, and at first it definitely wasn't the healthiest. Like a lot of girls, I got caught up in a diet culture as a teenager. I went through restrictive dieting, unhealthy relationship with food, and constant beliefs that being smaller meant being prettier and healthier. Ironically, the more I learned about nutrition, the less interested I became about dieting and more interested in longevity, health, being strong. Learning about nutrition completely changed my approach to food. And today I want to share my nutrition philosophy as a person who studies nutrition and who dealt with difficult relationship with food themselves. Hi, my name is Marie, and here we talk about wellness that fits your real life. Because hot girls are busy. So, the first mindset shift for me was realizing that nutrition isn't about following another diet. It's about building habits that you can realistically sustain for the next 50 years. If you cannot do this until the rest of your life, there is no point in doing it for 6 weeks. The second shift that I made is to think what I can add to my meals instead of what I can cut off. When I make my meal, I look at it and think, can I add more protein? Can I add more fiber? Can I add some seeds or nuts to it to add some healthy fats? And this made healthy eating feel so much more positive. Another thing that I'm still working on is paying attention to my hunger and fullness cues. I personally created for myself a scale of 0% being starving, give me food right now, and 100% being, okay, I'm full, I'm done, I cannot eat another bite. And I try not to wait until I'm starving because that's when I usually make unhealthy choices or I overeat. So I try to eat when I'm around 40% and I try to stop eating when I'm around 90%. Also, very important, eating slowly, paying attention to the taste and your food. Enjoy your food and give your body time to realize that it's full. But a disclaimer, it doesn't mean that I eat whenever I feel like it. I'm a busy person. I need to meal prep. I need to schedule my meals around my plan. So yeah, I do have a schedule and I meal prep, but because of my routine, my body already adapted to it and I feel hungry before my meals and I already know how much I need to eat approximately to be satiated but not stuffed. So for me, structure and listening to your body aren't opposites, they just work together. And yeah, my main point, remember, it's not for a month, it's not for a year, it's for the rest of your life. So that completely changes your perspective. Don't cut out sweets if you cannot live without them. If you cannot eat like that until the rest of your life, there is no point in doing it for 6 months. That's the most important point. That's why diets do not work. That's why you relapse after a diet. So, yeah, think about eating protein to maintain your muscles, eat enough fiber to maintain your gut health, balance meals, 80-20 rule that 80% is healthy, whole food meals, and 20% are sweet and fun foods. And always remember that there is nothing revolutionary. No one diet can completely change your life. Health is small habits that compound over years. And maybe the biggest lesson that I learned is that food should support your life, not the other way around. I want to enjoy my meals. I want to go out with friends sometimes without feeling guilt. I want to eat my sweets and I want to nourish my body to be able to study and to be active. And I don't want to think about food all the time. So I just focus on few rules that help me make my choices. I focus on protein and fiber in the first place. I try to mostly eat whole foods and eat sweets in moderation. Like my personal rule is eating one portion of sweets per day. And the last one is not going into extremes of starvation or overfeeding. So, yeah, if I had to summarize my nutrition philosophy, it would be this: learn about nutrition instead of diet, focus on adding nutrients instead of cutting out foods, pay attention to your body fullness and hunger cues, think about how you want to eat for the next 50 years, not next 3 months. And remember that food is there to nourish you, not to control your life. That's it. Pretty simple, isn't it? So I want to hear your nutrition philosophy and maybe some points that you want to add. Also, if you have any questions or any troubles or any conflicts in your head related to food, I would love to hear that and maybe address it in other videos. That would be fun. Yeah, hope you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.